That's the sword fishing boat there. It's about getting ready to go out. The Judd Brown. This is Mario Gio here. A boat Dennis is familiar with. The view of the pier. We're about to pass through a big kelp bed. Apparently we're going to have to go back and forth through this thing. Keep all the leaves out of the engine. And apparently this stuff is everywhere. So the leaves are sitting flat at the top of the surface because they're not being cut or trimmed by anyone. I guess there used to be a company that did that, and then they made bath products and just different products that they put kelp in. So now it gets in the way.
If you're looking at the plotter here, you can see these are traps that I worked yesterday. You can see my track. The X's are the traps we're going to start pulling right now. And then this oddball little one here is a marker where a trap was run over by a boat. I lost that trap, and I know exactly where it's sitting. And what I'll do is when I get a chance here, I'll get one of my diver buddies to go down there and tie the rope on it. We'll pull it up and get it back. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my little rubber clothes on. Get ready for action. Get rid of it, but we're going to clean it out.
You're rinsing your bait?
I don't like to smell this stuff any more than you do. So there's a few leftover heads from yesterday, and we're just going to get them cleaned off so we don't have to smell all the mess on the bottom of the barrel. Meaning not totally frozen anymore.
So you buy frozen boxes of salmon heads. There we go. That's what it says on the box.
This is the most easy to come by bait because we can get it in quantity without much effort. There's a lot of big processors up in Washington State, and all the wholesalers in San Diego supply this to the fishermen. This bait costs about 40 cents a pound, so you know, you're talking 35-40 cents right there, and we put 2 of these in every trap. So you're throwing $1 in the trap every time you pull it up to service it, plus you have your gasoline and all your other expenses, so you'd kind of like to get a little return for your money.
Get out of the way here. The first trap.
Creature habit. Bait the trap. And then we start the sorting game. You see, you talk about short lobsters. This one is short as they get, even though it was a hair width short.
You're measuring from where to where?
Going from the front of the eye socket back.
Okay.
The gauge can go over the back, but it has to be tight. Can't have any slop. This year is just an incredible amount of short lobsters. I mean, there's more short lobsters this year than I've ever dealt with. Yesterday, I must have touched 2,000 lobsters.
Wow. And how many of them were short? Or you mean that's how many were short?
I think that's about how many were short. I mean, I don't know what's in here, maybe a dozen or 13 or 15. And so far we're over 30.
Second trap.
You don't want to catch one in the first trap of the day. That's the kiss of death.
Bad luck.
Yeah, you want to go a few before you get one. You want to kind of warm up.
So when you get a good lobster, are there usually some together, or is it you like one or two per?
In this area right here, you're just kind of weeding through them, and you might get one. There are some areas where there's a little better population, and you might get 2 or 3 in a trap. Yesterday I had a trap where I got one trap where I caught 5. So that's pretty special. That's not going to happen too often.
So it's usually just a couple per trap.
Yeah, it's just onesie twosies all day long. You know, if it works. Probably more trash than good, but we'll get it out of the ocean. Basically, you have reefs and rocks that are real jagged, and if this trap is sitting just like this next to those rocks on the sandy bottom or in the channel, it's a nice stable platform, and the lobsters are happy to go in it. If this thing's sitting up against a rock like this, and the current's making it wiggle around, and there's fish swimming around it because it's in the rocks, it's not very good. Not very good habitat for these guys. So, especially right now when we have a full moon, when the predators are really active, it's really important to make sure the trap's somewhere where it's stable.